Welcome to Ratu Songhkla. Ratu Songhkla is a floating storage and offloading vessel or FSO with a storage capacity of up to 550,000 barrels. The vessel operates as a floating storage to hold cargo from the Muda platform for Sepok. It is located about 177 kilometers offshore Kota Baru, Kelantan. It is our individual and collective responsibility to ensure that all our operations, work sites, and as well as the vessel are safe and all personnel on board remain healthy and protected, and that we do not in any way harm or endanger the environment through our activities. Our number one priority is health, safety and environment, or HSE. So please pay careful attention and follow the instructions contained in this video. By now, you should have met the Safety and Health Officer, who is also the Cargo Supervisor, been handed over your boarding pass, and signed the arrival book. This is to acknowledge your presence or attendance on the vessel. You would have your cabin, lifeboat, and mustering station assigned to you. If this is your first visit, please inform the Safety and Health Officer and he will show you where your cabin, lifeboat and mustering station are located. Before you proceed to carry out your work, please familiarize yourself with the vessel layout, escape routes, mustering stations and your designated lifeboat. Health. It is our responsibility to look after our personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is critical where people live together in a confined space as in this vessel. You are also strongly urged to observe the house rules on meal times, breaks, laundry and smoking. Food and drinks are to be consumed only in the mess room. All food served on board is halal. Drugs and alcohol are strictly prohibited on this vessel. The company's policy on drugs and alcohol is displayed in this safety briefing room and mess room. While smoking is permitted, it is nonetheless discouraged. If you must smoke, you can do so only at the designated smoking area located right next to the galley on the sea floor of the vessel. Please make sure that all cigarettes are properly put out before leaving the smoking room. Safety. High noise levels are hazardous. The use of earplugs or earmuff is mandatory in all places identified and marked with this safety sign. When you are outside the accommodation area, you must always wear personal protective equipment or PPE. PPE is in the form of safety helmet, safety spectacles, coveralls, and safety shoes. Safety gloves and ear protectors are also required depending on the situation. Please adhere strictly to the PPE requirements. These warning signs are placed to warn you that you are approaching a potentially hazardous area. Please familiarize yourself with these signs and obey them at all times. Emergency and life-saving apparatus and equipment such as life buoys, rope ladders, life rafts, and life jackets are placed at key areas on the facility. This equipment is to enable you to escape safely and speedily during an emergency. Other safety equipment you will notice placed at the key areas are breathing apparatus, fire extinguishers, and firefighting equipment. Trained personnel in the event of an emergency will use these. It is a disciplinary offense to remove or tamper with any emergency equipment. If you require the use of boats or other sea vessels during your stay, you must obtain permission from the FSO master. You must log out when you leave the FSO Ratu Songhkla. You should be accompanied by an experienced personnel who will be able to supervise you during boat transfers via transfer basket. All personnel riding the transfer basket must wear life jackets or work vests during the boat transfer. Please obey the basket transfer procedures. Upon your return to the FSO Ratu Songhkla, you must log in again. General safety. The main deck, turret, machinery spaces and engine room are restricted areas. Unless you are specifically assigned to work in these areas, you should not be in these restricted areas at any time. You must obtain the captain's permission if you wish to visit these areas for any reason. If you see an accident or spot any unsafe condition, report it immediately to your supervisor or the FSO master. You are encouraged to use the hazard hunt form to report any accident or unsafe condition on this vessel. Each of us, including you, has the right to stop any job or any work you see if you feel it is unsafe. This is in line with our company's stop work policy. Emergencies. On discovering a fire, immediately raise the alarm by pushing the nearest red button for the general alarm, or also known as GA. Activate the fire alarm by pressing the fire alarm button located at deck A, B, C, D or upper deck. These buttons are also located along both sides of the FSO's facilities.
Men overboard! Men overboard! Men overboard! Men overboard! Men overboard!
If you see a man overboard, throw him a lifebuoy at once. Raise the alarm and call for assistance. Always keep the man in sight. This is a standard GA alarm. On hearing this, make your worksite safe and proceed to your mustering station.
Attention all personnel, attention all personnel. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. Stop all work and proceed to your master station. Stop your work and proceed to your master station.
In the unlikely event that you cannot get to your mustering station, please go to the nearest phone and call the CCR on number 131 by telephone and wait for further instructions. CCR can also be contacted by the two-way radio. This is a standard preparation to abandon platform or Papa alarm. When this is activated, it means that a disaster has occurred on the vessel. It demands total abandonment by all personnel. On hearing this alarm, leave your work immediately. Put on your life jacket and proceed straight to your allocated lifeboat station and wait for further instructions from your supervisor. In addition to the GA and the Papa, an alarm is also provided for the carbon dioxide release systems in the engine room. Upon seeing or hearing this alarm, you must evacuate these areas immediately. Permit to work. No work is to be carried out without first obtaining a cleared and authorized work permit for that particular job. You should make yourself familiar with the work permit procedures and apply for the appropriate work permit through your supervisor. The environment. You are strongly urged not to throw waste of any kind overboard. Consult the FSO Master on the proper disposal and segregation of waste from our operations. Finally, to leave the FSO, be sure to make your helicopter booking with the cargo supervisor 48 hours in advance. During departure, please strictly obey the embarkation procedures. We thank you for your attention and wish you a pleasant visit and safe stay on the FSO Ratu Songhkla. And remember, safety is our culture.